thing. Before I forget, that scene is adapted from the Transformers versus G.I. Joe comic because Snake Eyes does pretty much the same thing except a million times cooler. What he does is Starscream pops up behind a mountain and here's like here is Snake Eyes. He jumps up with his sword, stabs his eye, throws a grenade in, and basically Starscream falls off the cliff.
So anyway, we're so close to being done. So Sentinel Prime and Optimus are duking it out, and then the bimbo goes up to Megatron.
Has literally been...
Megatron was basically called Sentinel Prime as partner, but then up on the pillar, Sentinel Prime smashes Megatron's head against the building and says, "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this to save Cybertron."
Yeah.
So
Megatron
he's like, "You work for me. I don't work with you." Yeah. So then Megatron is just gone, and then you find him sitting, literally just sitting in an alley.
Yeah. What, did he get drunk or something?
He looks like it. He's still got his cloak on. His cloak disappears randomly at some points.
Yeah.
And he's got chains all over him. I guess it's to hold it. That's the only thing we can think of is that it holds them together somehow.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's sitting in an alley, and the bimbo walks up to him and is like, "It's pretty pathetic that the leader of the Decepticons is being led by that the leader of the Decepticons is letting someone else lead them."
Yeah, what does he do?
And Megatron's like, "I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna gnash my fist and then think." And I turned to you and I said, $5 says he kills Sentinel Prime.
And what did he do?
So and then of course we cut to the Sentinel Prime battle with Optimus and Sentinel. Optimus gets his arm cut off. It was his right arm, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he was standing with his back to him and he cuts off his right arm. I was like, doesn't really matter though. And then Sentinel's about to deliver the killing blow, and then you hear, oh, boom! And then his sword is gone. He didn't lose anything else, right?
He has his axe. Optimus does.
No, Sentinel.
I think he has his sword.
Sentinel's sword gets shot out of his hand, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, he gets shot in the hand, and then Megatron charges in and is like, "I'm the leader! And you're not taking over!" And then, of course...
And then Optimus...
Optimus does really badass right here.
This is the only reason to get this movie on DVD. Just Netflix it. He jumps up, he's got his axe, he stabs Megatron, rips his head and spinal column out with the axe, drops the axe, picks up Megatron's gun, which looks kind of like...
Wait. Before you do that, what was the line Megatron had? Megatron was like... Oh, Megatron's like... So after he knocks down Sentinel Prime, he like punches him or something and knocks him over after he shoots him. And he's out of the fight for a minute, and then Megatron's like, "Let's have a truce, because what would you be without me?" And Optimus is like, "Let's find out." And then he like jumps, he like slashes at Megatron, then like slips behind him, stabs down with the axe, and rips his head off.
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good impression of what he does.
It was.
But, so then Megatron's done, and then he picks up Megatron's shot. It looks like the model 1337 that
it looks
Arnold has.
Kind of.
Or from Call of Duty. That one. It looks like
but it looks...
a version of that.
It looks kind of like that, but it was supposed to look kind of like Optimus's gun from the original...
There's all these guns that they just get rid of.
Cartoon series. And it's a scene right out of Transformers the movie, because the scene in Transformers the movie, the original 80s one, where he picks up the gun and points it at Megatron and he says, "I thought you were made of starter stuff." This time, he shoots him. He doesn't shoot Megatron, he's already dead. He uses that gun to shoot Sentinel Prime in the head several times.
Sentinel Prime is like, "Why have you betrayed us?" He's crawling around, he's like all defeated, and then Optimus just shoots him through the chest. And then he's just like, what was his line?
I don't remember, but...
He's like, "Oh, no, it was the super cliche." He's like, I didn't betray anyone. You betrayed yourself."
Yeah.
Boom! And then Sentinel's just dead, and then that's really just it. There's, of course, the scene where Sam and Kayla run at each other across the bridge and dive into each other.
Yeah.
Although it was a really funny shot because, like, either the bridge was like this, or she was way taller than him, or he was, like, ducking down, because he, like, comes in, and he's, like, at her chest level when his face comes in. He's like, oh!
I think she's taller than he is.
I don't know.
It doesn't.
But,
and that movie
and then it just sort of ends, and Optimus has a little bit of dialogue. He's like, "This will always be our home." And they stop. Douchebag guy was fighting Sam at the same time. He reactivated the pylon.
Yeah, he gets electrocuted.
He gets electrocuted by it, and then they shut it down again. Bumblebee dives into it, smashes it, and Cybertron explodes. The bit of Cybertron that had come through so far explodes into a black hole.
Why? I don't know. And that's basically it.
Wait, last thing. For some reason, when they did that, all the Decepticons got grabbed by the piece of Cybertron in the same color beams and were sucked up to Cybertron.
Oh, yeah.
Literally no reason that should happen.
Yeah, because there were still Decepticons left alive at the end. There
were still like 180 Decepticons
Yeah, there was
left.
gunships flying around.
Shockwave is dead.
Yeah,
Optimus killed him, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, before the Sentinel battle.
So yeah, and that's basically the movie. Now, what's the main problems? Well, there's so many, it's hard to get started.
The humans. Let's start with them.
Sam should be dead. He must... I don't even think Wolverine could survive as well as Sam.
There's a scene where, when he rescues his girlfriend, and Bumblebee steals a Decepticon gunship, and he's on the thing, and she gets inside, but he's fighting Laserbeak, and he actually has a pretty cool kill on Laserbeak, though.
Yeah,
he puts his head in front of the gun and tells Bumblebee to fire, and Bumblebee just blows his head off.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, all major Decepticons are dead by the end of the movie.
Yeah, they are.
So, anyway, so Sam's on the outside, the gunship crashes and literally does this with Sam on the outside. And then he's fine.
Yeah, I don't know how, all he basically does is do that little jump, you know, you see something crashing and then
you didn't even see him jump, though. It just flips over and he's not even there. He's not even visible.
And then there's another scene where they're driving on the road and Bumblebee transforms
with Sam inside him, and like they jump over. It's one of those trucks that's in every movie that has all the fuel tanks in it, or the kerosene tanks. Those big metal tanks.
Yeah, and they jumps over.
Like the welder's tanks. That's what it is. And Bumblebee jumps over, transforms, catches Sam, and then retransforms into a car before they land. And Sam's just in the car.
Yeah,
for like 5 minutes afterwards.
He has every right to be scared because he should be dead. All the catches in this movie make...
There's another scene, the one with Bumblebee again, where Sam's being flung around by Starscream. Then the military colonel jumps on and basically just holds on to Sam. And Sam plants the explosive, a 30-second fuse explosive in Starscream's face that takes about 5 minutes to explode.
I don't know, 2 minutes at the
so they're like fighting to snap this thing so that they can fall, and then Starscream's on top of the building. They snap it, they're falling, and then Bumblebee comes out of nowhere around the building, runs, jumps up, jumps off the building, flips over, catches them, and then turns into a car and lands with them on the roof.
All of that makes no
like, where did he come from?
Magic Land. And all the Autobots, of course, like I said earlier, they disappear. It's always either Optimus or Bumblebee. That's about it.
Or Sentinel. That's not...
well, yeah.
Even Megatron doesn't have that many scenes.
Yeah, Megatron, who knows where he is. This movie was really strange to me. Nothing really had any real weight to it. We'd see a scene of something happening and it would go to something else. Oh yeah, and all the transitions are very jarring.
Oh my god, like there's a battle scene and then literally it'll cut 5 seconds later to Sam and his girlfriend talking.
Yeah, it's like, wait, is this a really different movie? I don't know.
Now, I think we should just cut it off here because we've been going for a while.
Well, pretty much, you see what it is. It's a Transformers movie. You know there's going to be a lot of problems. I think it's, in all honesty for me, I think it's worse than 2. At least 2 made a bit of sense. This one...
I would say it's better than 2 in the fact that it's not overtly offensive in any way.
Well, yeah, I'll give it that, but really, I think 2 just felt like, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but maybe it's because I haven't seen 2 in a while. I haven't really seen it since I first saw it at the theater, but the thing is, it seems like there was more weight to everything. Like they weren't trying to do so many different things. I think it was kind of like Thor. You know, Thor, you didn't really get attached to any of the characters, because they didn't really focus too much on everything.
It was sort of disjointed, you're saying?
Yeah, it lacked focus, I say.
I'd say, from my final review, it was better than 2, but not by much. There was so much disjointedness. There was a lot of... The action scenes were overall pretty good.
Yeah, but I think there were even less than
there was just so much action all the time. There was just general action that it didn't really have as much impact when it got to a solid action scene. Like Optimus fighting Sentinel Prime.
Yeah,
that whole battle at the end, it's just like, oh, Optimus is losing, and then and then Megatron turns up, and then Optimus wins, and then he kills Megatron, and then he kills Sentinel Prime. Yeah.
The fact is,
the last battle really takes maybe a minute and a half.
Probably. I have to say, I think at this point, since this is supposed to be the last movie, which it probably isn't, but I think Transformers 1 is still the best.
Yeah. Now, let's end with one final thing. I want to just say something that I said to you. I think that even if Michael Bay directed it, if they took... Now, the War for Cybertron video game only took place on Cybertron with the Transformers.
Exactly.
I think they didn't take that story, but if they took the battle to Cybertron, they went to the War of Cybertron, even if Bay directed it, there'd be no human characters
Exactly,
to waste
which
time
would
on.
be terrible.
So it's all Transformers. That's what you're there to see. You're there to see
Yeah.
the Transformers, not these useless human
And
characters.
the Transformers have more character than any of the humans.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I would just definitely say, he could direct it. Just go to Cybertron.
Yes, get away from these idiots.
Yeah. So,
Enough.
I would like to end on a high note, though. This was my first time ever going to one of the Alamo Draft Houses here in Texas.
Yeah, I think they're only in Texas.
They are the greatest movie theater I've ever been to.
Yes, they are.
Everyone we talked to was nice who worked there. They had a good ticket price. $7 per ticket is a lot less than the $10 you usually pay. The theater was awesome. Before the show, normally you get, like, at the AMC theaters, you get these little inside things that you don't
Oh,
care
yes,
about.
yes.
This was so cool. They showed the Transformer cartoon. They showed trailers for the they showed original trailers for the movie, the first movie,
Yeah,
like the
I
animated one. They showed, what else did they show?
Yeah.
They showed like Japanese They showed Japanese Transformer trailers.
Yeah, they showed even, I think it was a Robot Chicken episode.
Yeah, they showed like Robot Chicken.
Yeah, where they were like,
they showed all these different Transformers things.
Oh, they even showed how it should have ended.
They showed how it should have ended of the second movie. You're right. That's why we thought of it. They showed how it should have ended. That's so awesome.
What other theater does that?
It's so badass. And then you sit in these awesome chairs, and you have a table in front of you, and you literally just order food by just write what you want, put a card in there, someone will walk up, all crouch down, grab it. Okay, I'll go get your food, and then they just bring your food to you.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
So if you have one nearby,
if you live in Texas, go to the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, it's great.
It was so awesome. And we only saw the movie in 2D, just...
Yeah, it was on 2D. From what I saw, it didn't seem like it needed to be in 3D.
No, there was nothing that really stood out. I mean, like, what I've heard is that it could have been like Avatar, where it's more atmospheric 3D, but we were both wearing glasses.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Takes away from the experience to have 2 pairs of glasses on. So,
yeah.
I think we're done here.
So, final verdict. Me, I think it was slightly worse than 2.
You think it's the worst one?
I think it is the worst one. It's certainly not as good as the first.
Yeah. I'd say it's better than 2. Just because it's not as offensively bad in a lot of ways, but there's still a lot of problems with it. I'd still probably say 1 is the best as well. Go to the Alamo Draft House. It's the best theater I've ever been to.
Yeah, it is. I've gone there for quite some time. So, this is General Utz
and Timpedia
saying, if you want Transformers, read the book!